got another friend in the studio, and that's the way we do things around here. We got lots of patriots and some friends that are hoping to represent us, the taxpayers and the homeowners and the business owners in the area. I'm so thankful for the courageous patriots who are standing up and putting some Republicans on the ballot. We got things are different now. We got some political competition in South Texas. One of the more interesting races. You guys are out there working for a living. One of the more interesting races, or and I say this because I know as you guys are working for a living, these are the salient issues. These are the top issues: property taxes, home property taxes, business property, the taxation of your businesses, all those things. And when you visit issues like that, you visit local races, whether it's county or state representation. One of the bigger and more interesting races is state representative at Texas House, seat number 41. We have three Republicans that are hoping to get the nomination from you, conservative Republican voters. In the Republican primary, you will see three names on that ballot. Gary Groves is one of them. And we had a conversation with one yesterday. We'll have another conversation tomorrow. So we welcome Gary Groves back to 710 KURV. And man, his is an example of merchandising and marketing done right on the political side. The shirts, the hats. Where's the cup? Where's that mug of yours? Yeah, look at that. The mug. Gary Groves running as a Republican, Texas House District number 41. Welcome back to the studio. He joins us on a day where it's kind of windy today. Let's talk about sign wind management. How do you keep those suckers pinned down on a windy day like this, man? How many sandbags you got to put on both legs to keep them on the ground?
So yeah, we also have kind of come up with an invention of a U type of steel metal stuff that we pound into the ground.
Like a spike?
Yeah, but it goes over so that helps.
Like a horseshoe spike.
Yeah,
put it down.
Yes, yeah. And so anyway, that helps, but you end up having to go out and put the signs up when it gets windy.
Yeah.
And we said we saw wind today, so we may have to do some sign management today.
I say this, I say this to all the people who run for office, because it is a sacrifice. It is a season of your life, and boy, there's so much that is involved. It's a full-time gig. So as you go out there and you've been pressing the flesh, thank you for running, by the way. That's why I say to everybody, thank you for running.
Thank you, Sergio.
So as you've been out there pressing the flesh, what are you hearing from Republicans, from GOP faithful? Top issues, red meat issues. What are they telling you? Gary, we need to do this. What is it?
So one of the things that I hear about and have talked about, I'm the only true Republican in this race, the only one who's voted in Republican primaries. And as I'm going out now, I see that people recognize that, and they're very appreciative of somebody who's carried the Republican message for many years. That message is getting out to the voters. And I think, as a Republican, we all want true Republicans up there in Austin representing us or in office. So, sometimes we get disappointed. We elect somebody and they're not who we thought they were. So I think that they respect the fact that I've been involved with the Republican Party for many years here, helping other Republicans get elected. And now it turns out I'm running for office. But they respect that, and they do want a real Republican in office, not people who are switching over out of convenience all of a sudden. I'm the only Republican in this race who has voted in Republican primaries. That's a very important point. And so, yes, they want real Republicans in office, and I'm the only one in this race that is. So that resonates well with the voters, and they're starting to pick up on that. That's a message I've been getting out.
Gary Groves, Republican, running for State House seat number 41, one of three candidates on the Republican ballot that you will see first Tuesday in March. Early vote is about 5 weeks away. My goodness, it'll be here before you know it. Expand a bit on your resume, on your advocacy, some of the work that you've done to benefit law enforcement, to bless them and thank them, and your precinct chair work, all this stuff all this important work that you've done these years. Tell me about that.
Yes, I've done a lot over the years. I have actually block walked for other candidates for the governor and many candidates. I've been a precinct chair. My precinct's gone from blue to red while I was in there.
Which area? Which precinct?
South McAllen.
South McAllen.
Yes, yeah.
So they voted Trump. You were able to gauge
yes,
that.
and yes, they voted for Trump. I did lead the Trump. Was one of the leaders of the Trump train, and I'd like to take a message. Ron Herberholz passed away. He was a great patriot, very important to the Trump train. So God bless you, Ron and Nancy Herberholz. And so I did the Trump trains, and we started that in 2023, this cycle, and went all the way to 2024. The train was 5-point-something miles long at the end, and it made a difference.
Wow.
We were out there every weekend and then towards the end 3 times a week, and we could see the momentum building. There's something about the trains, the patriotism, and also people showing, people saying that it's okay to be a patriot, to support President Trump. So I don't know if people can see, I'm wearing a MAGA hat today. It's on my signs. I'm a MAGA Republican, a strong Republican, and I'm not running away from it. I'm running with it. So that's important. I also did a lot of work with the Leo Support Committee to honor and law enforcement. That was a great joy of my life, to meet these wonderful people and to respect them and just see what wonderful people they are. And I don't think they get enough honor and respect sometimes from maybe the media or whatever. And you could see how much they really enjoyed being honored like that. So that's I'm still doing that, but I helped start that up, and it was a big success.
You still running Trump trains? You guys still?
We're still doing them. We're calling them
campaign.
MAGA Trump trains now. So we're supporting MAGA candidates. We're happy to. We love the ones that we judged. Tano Tijerina, Aaron Wright.
It's, by the way, Tano Tijerina, Webb County. He's running for Congress, District 28. Former Democrat, flipped to Republican, and despite the president pardoning Henry Cuellar at absolutely the worst time, as I've said repeatedly, President Trump, a day or two ago, maybe it was yesterday, right? He gave his blessing and endorsement to former or county judge, Webb County, Laredo, Tano Tijerina, blessed him, endorsed him to go take on Henry. We got to clear the primary and all that, but yeah, Tano looks like he'll more than likely be the one taking on Henry because he has a very strong political voice. Okay, well, back to you. Gary Groves, State House 41. The issues 1, 2, you want to tackle if voted to be state representative for in District 41. What do you want to do in Austin?
So there's a lot of issues. I think the first one to talk about property taxes, and I'd like to see those eventually eliminated from our homes. I think what the governor is saying and backing, removing the school portion of our taxes, and he's saying to do it by the surplus. He's saying $11 billion, which we have more than that. So that would take that off of our property taxes. I'm all for that. So that's a great start. I think down the line you can eliminate everything off of the homes. It's unfair to be taxing, attached to homes. And the other part of that is to cap the appraisal levels. And also, we need to be more wise about government spending, and especially when it comes to school districts. So all of those put together, there is a way forward. And let's not tie taxes to people's homes, because you can't really do anything about it. And it can be just a source of taxation that's unlimited. And it's a strong arm thing. If you don't pay it, well, we're going to take your home. There's
some competing proposals. So you got the Lieutenant Governor, Dan Patrick, with one proposal, Governor Abbott with another proposal. And these competing ideas, for example, one calling for like the elderly or retired folks, 65 plus. Yeah, there's no reason for them to be paying taxes on their properties anymore, period. Things like that. And other proposal on capping the rates. Are there more specific proposals that you want to champion? Because you got a lot of people that need to come together in Austin and agree on where the revenue's coming from, where the cuts need to be made. They need to Doge up, like Don Hoffines was saying. They need to Doge all the state government, things like that, right?
I'm totally for
Fight
Doge.
corruption, yeah.
I've been out there on
Take
the
inventory.
streets.
Where's the bleed?
Supporting Doge,
Yeah.
because there's a tremendous amount of fraud. And we're seeing it in Minnesota with our national government, but it's happening here in the state as well.
Yeah.
So, yes, I mean, fraud causes, people that should get the money that's allocated, it gets taken away from them for the fraudsters who are getting rich off of it. So, yes, doging to me is important. So I will stand behind, if Don Hoffines wins, and I hope he does.
He's running for comptroller, by the way, Don Hoffines. Yeah. I was going to do a quick check because you mentioned the $10 billion, as an example, $10 billion surplus.
$11 billion is what he's saying,
right?
yes.
So, Minnesota, yeah, we're still on. Hang on a second. I need to look for something real quick. All right. Oh, my goodness. We got almost 30 million people in Texas, right?
Yeah,
Population.
it's growing, yeah.
Minnesota is just shy of 6 million.
Yeah.
Our surplus is 11 billion, as you were noting. That fraud case out of Minnesota, remember how big it is? 9 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
That's
is.
nuts.
Yeah.
And people still defending
fraud.
that crap.
And it's fraud. Like, and that's money that could be going to programs and to people, and it gets stolen. And so, yes, I'm all for doging. I know Don Hoffines, I am a fan. And he wants to Doge Texas. And I think it's important to have a strong Republican like myself in there to support him, to make sure that what he does gets supported by lawmakers. And so, yes, so there is a way forward. I'm not for, the problem with the homesteads, unless they eliminate it for some people, is that they keep erasing our appraisals. And it takes away the homestead. So I know this has happened with me in my case. They raise the appraisal, and the homestead exemption, which is increased by the surplus, they're using the surplus money, gets taken away. So in a sense, if we're saying $11 billion of the surplus, if you buy down a homestead, but the appraisal district raises it up, it
cancels everything.
It's a waste of the money. Yes.
Yeah.
And so eliminating the school taxes with it is a much better way. So I am for the governor's program.
Gary Groves, anything on the calendar you want to mention? A fundraiser, meet and greet, things like that.
I am. I don't have one currently. We're working on one. Yes.
Well, let us know.
Yeah,
that way we can make a quick announcement on Talk Radio.
Yeah.
Well, come back and see us again.
Okay.
Well, more than likely, I know Chairman with a can-do attitude, Robert Cantu. So he's working on putting a forum together. Perhaps like late this month. He was touching base with me.
Yes.
So there might be a forum for the 3 candidates or 41 and get some other candidates as well to participate in that. So we look forward to seeing you there, and come back and see us here at the radio station. All right. Okay. Thank you for running, brother.
Thanks.
Gary Groves, he's running for Republican. Gary Groves, he's running for State House 41.